they create a whole entire team of like specialists. Basically, at the start it felt like a bit like Armageddon. Like wow, you need like a digger. You need someone who is like good with explosives.
I hear Atlantis, right? I immediately my interest like, eh?
Yeah, I know. I know that you, especially for people who like myths, right? You really would like this kind of show. What's up? What's up? What's up?
And welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host Jing Yong, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you tuning in via YouTube or any other sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for listening in. We are just a Singaporean duo that love to watch
Disney.
Yeah, the same music was going through my mind just now when I said Disney. I don't know why.
It's their signature though. It's literally the signature song.
This just shows that how much Disney was part of our lives. You like it or not, you know, like you say the word Disney, that theme music you can just like at the back of your head is just like just come out. Speaking of Disney, I am joined by someone who loves Disney a bit too much for a grown adult. I'm joined by Brandon. How are you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing great, especially since we're talking about Disney. Oh, I love Disney. I can't believe that we're finally talking about Disney.
Not say I never went through Disney. Disney was also a part of my life. Like my parents, like how to say, like you go watch movies. I think half of the movies we watched when we were young were Disney. But like I'm interested to ask Brandon, like, till today, do you still love Disney movies? Do you still watch Disney movies?
Yeah. Especially now with my son, right? I keep trying to introduce him to watch like more Disney movie than any other movie. let him watch like Lion King.
Yes, Lion King.
Tango, and he likes. Yeah, he also likes, because especially there's something about like, especially from the fact that from the songs to like the storyline, it's not too scary, but at the same time it's also meaningful. Yeah.
I don't really, how to say, I'm not a like big Disney fan, but there are some movies of Disney I have to say really play a very important part in my childhood. I can remember crying to the part where Mufasa, I think his father died. There was this scene I remember.
Yeah. The one where he hold the hand and after he dropped down
Yeah,
that was the emotional part.
Crying during that scene.
Yeah, that's the first time that you're like, wow, I can cry from animated lions. Like, wow, this is really very manly.
I care about these cats more than I care about human things. So besides Lion King, are there any like more some of the Disney classics that you are like letting your child get into?
Lion King. I don't really. I'm not. I for one period I tried Little Mermaid, but I realized Little Mermaid I don't really like, because not when growing up you just like you relate more with the Little Mermaid, you know, like rebellion and everything. Then when you grow up now as a parent, you're just like, wow, this is bred very very bad behavior. What part of your world? Enough! I don't want to be. There's other movies like Tarzan. Yeah, because Brady likes a lot more animals. Yeah.
Do you feel that Disney Plus has made it easier for you to sort of like introduce this kind of Disney movies to your kid?
Yes, of course. Yeah, especially like they got an entire kids section, and like you really can just, and some of like a lot of the shows, like because Disney really know how to make money from all the shows, right? They have series versions of like basically all the different shows.
My favorite series was, I remember last time when we had Kids Central, there's this Hakuna Matata.
Yes. Timon and Pumbaa. Yeah.
Wow, I love that, man.
Yeah. The series was quite funny though. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we can agree that Disney was really a great part of our lives, as it is the songs, which we will be covering that in the draft. But I think today, if our viewers are looking at the thumbnail, it's quite obvious that we are doing something Disney related But we are doing this kind of Disney related topic because Moana 2 came out. Although I say Disney was a very big part of my growing up, like childhood and everything, I won't say I'm like the most avid Disney fan. Like their movies come out, it's not on my to watch list. I won't go to the theater and watch one. Yeah, and then on Disney Plus, I will choose other shows over this kind of Disney shows. So I think when the team was discussing this topic, right, they were telling me like, Jin Yong, this one cannot. You have to be educated on this kind of movies. So Brandon has taken on the challenge or the mantle of coming up with 3 Disney underrated movies that he think he can convince me to sort of give a good rating for, and then I will start watching. Before we start, I have to ask you, are you ready to spread the magic? Oh my god.
Oh, I'm ready to just show you a whole new world, bro.
Brandon, the floor is yours. What is the first movie you want to introduce?
I thinking which one to share first, right? I think I'm going with one that actually I'm shocked that at the point of time most people didn't watch. It's called Meet the Robinson. Have you watched Meet the Robinson?
No, never heard of it.
Growing up, this was one of the shows that me and my dad watched, right? I felt like the entire show was so meaningful and it really hits a spot where it's something very different. It's the storyline is about an orphan boy, right, who is growing up in this like foster home. Then he's an inventor in the home. His hobby is to invent new things. What he's intending to invent, right, is that when you wear the hat, right, you can actually show you a memory of what you want to of a past memory, like a video of a past memory.
So show only lah. You can't like travel back, right?
Yeah. So you can't travel back in time. He was making this project, right, for a talent show. The main reason why he created this, right, is because he wants to remember, right, his birth mother who left him in an orphanage. Because he really wants a family. So after when he took the memory to the talent show, right, a boy came over into the talent show and told him that he came from the future and he needs to like a random boy suddenly came to him, like a slightly older boy came to him and said, I'm from the future, like, and then like I'm here to recover a time machine that was stolen by someone who was wearing a bowl hat. When he tried the memory thing during the talent show, right, it like exploded, like it went wrong. In the end, behind the scene, you can see, right, that it was because it was sabotaged by the person wearing the bowler hat. The bowler hat guy stole the scanner to use it to pitch to another company to become the main inventor of this invention. The boy with the time machine, right, in the end brought the original main character, right, to the future. Then when he was in the future, right, he met the family. Then like he really enjoyed and then he met everybody in the family and he really enjoyed himself. And because he's an inventor, a lot of people tell him that this is crazy, this is stupid, and like a lot of things. But he went to this family where everybody tell him just the main line in this movie, just keep moving forward. Yeah. But the whole show away, right, it's very, very funny. It's like very, very interesting. Like there are a lot of funny parts where like the butler is like a huge ice octopus. Then like this person looks like a superhero and like talks like a superhero, but he's actually just a pizza delivery guy. Like the person cannot beamed up. There's like he actually delivering pizza. This boy, right, don't want to go back home. Like wants to stay with this family because like he really loved this family. After a while, he realized, right, everybody keep asking him, telling him that he need to go back because this is his family. This is his family when he was growing up. So the boy that came back, right, was his own son. Yeah. Yeah, quite cool, right? So in the end, right, he actually in the end met his future self. Then he said that actually in the end he really became everything he wanted to be. A lot of twists and turns here and there, and like in the end the bowler boy was actually his childhood friend. Life went wrong because of him, but then it's like he got very angry for an important thing that the original main character made him miss. Yeah. And he in the end invented the time machine, invented like those like super fast building system. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. The original son actually promised him that with the time machine he will bring him back to the day that the mother left him at the orphanage.
Wow.
So that he can ask the mother why did he left him there? Why did he leave him there? Yeah. Then after, but in the end, when he went back, right, he didn't go talk to the mother because he felt that more excited for the future than to look at the past. It goes on around, keep moving forward. Wow, this
is called Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Robinsons, and the soundtrack is very, very good. Yeah. When the end there, right, it's just like you just feel your heart feel so warm. Like
I actually quite interested to watch this. Like out of let's say out of 5, I would definitely give it like 4 or 4.5.
I really feel this is one of like the better shows that I have watched.
On Disney.
Yeah. They had $150 million budget, and then in box office they did about 170 million. But I feel like it was just one of the movies that went very under the radar because like there is not your typical at that point of time it wasn't your typical Disney movie where it's
Yep.
about like there's a prince, there's a princess. No. It's just basically like about orphan and like they're trying to find the family. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually quite intrigued and probably I might watch this over the weekend, honestly. Sounds quite fun.
It's one of the movies that like make you value your family a lot more. Because like, last time it's a lot about love and like lovey-dovey, but this is one of the Disney movies that is like all about family, you know?
Halfway through, I think you explaining the plot, I already think that actually this one should give it a high score. It's not, the plot sounds interesting. How about the second movie, Brandon?
Okay, I'm not sure whether do you watch this. This was much when we were much younger. This was out I think in 2001. I think when we were like in primary school. But I was so shocked at like at the point of time the graphics for this show and the maturity level of this show, right, was quite high, and I was quite shocked that like it wasn't popular at all. It's Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
Oh, I have
Yes.
heard of this. I haven't watched.
Basically, it's about like I believe everybody have know about the myths about like the Atlantis, right?
Atlantis.
So, basically the starting of the show is about in 6800 BC, an explosion sends a mega tsunami towards Atlantis, leaving behind the king and their young daughter, the Kida, and the queen. So the queen of Atlantis, right, merges with a floating crystal, right, and created a protective dome around the city. So the protective dome was protected, right? Then after that, the tsunami basically buried the city all the way down to the underground. So that's where I believe is based off the like the myth of Atlantis, where it's the underground city. In 1914, a linguist, basically someone who like like likes to read a lot and like it's a very skinny
Study
dude.
languages, yeah.
Study languages, yeah. It's called Milo. Then he wants to fund an expedition to discover Atlantis because he reads a lot of books about the Atlantis. Then after that, he managed to find eccentric millionaire, right, who is an old friend of his grandfather, right, to fund this expedition. They create a whole entire team of like specialists. Basically, at the start it felt like a bit like Armageddon. Like, wow, you need like a digger. You need someone who is like good with explosive. You need someone who is like good at combat. You need someone who is a good planner. Navigator. Yeah. So it's basically like an expedition by a commander. I think Commander Lau. I think is, and then it includes a second in command. Then there's a demolition expert, there's a geologist, there's a medical officer, there's a mechanic, a radio operator, and of course like a mess cook. Of course, there's a lot of soldiers and sailors to fund this expedition. So the expedition starts with a submarine called Ulysses. Yeah. So then after that they will go. So they actually go into the sea. So when they went to the sea, right, we suddenly see that they were straight away destroyed by a mechanical leviathan guarding the entrance to Atlantis, so killing almost everybody except for the main few cast. I think the six, 7 people.
This one is the Chinese called 主角光环.
Yeah, they got crazy plot armor but some it's like there's some people that are left over, but so only the main few cast go Yeah. They travel through a dormant volcano, and then the journey. Then after they straight away, after they travel through the volcano, then after is they went into Atlantis where they met the young princess Kida. Yeah, so in the end, the Kida from all the way from 6800 BC. Now she's still a young lady. Yeah, when they met in Atlantis, the first time you watch it, I'm telling you, it's a very like it's crazy beautiful. It's like it's like a solo island. Then the sea just pouring out. Then like there's like guardians at the side. You're just like, wow, like how do they even have the idea to like create such a magical, beautiful place like this? Animation at that point. Like some of this was 2001. So it's like you just like we were a lot. Like even for me, I was just like, wow, this is crazy. This looks like a really like a magical movie.
I have to say, Brandon, this one I hear Atlantis, right? I immediately my interest like,
Yeah, I know. I know that you, especially for people who like myths, right? You really will like this kind of show. It's a very mature movie. It's like I feel like it's supposed to be meant for like teenagers actually, because in the end, Kida, the princess, enlists Milo to help recover the history, because he can read the books, whereas a lot of people lost the knowledge to read the culture and so the culture and knowledge of all has been decaying for centuries. So in the end, Milo learned that the huge crystal, right, the heart of Atlantis, right, gives the people their life and longevity. That's why they can live for so long. So this is where the betrayal comes in. That in the end, the grandfather, the person who funded the expedition, yeah, he actually just wants the power, like the crystals, and they found like, so they actually came here for the technology and like and what. So the moment they know about the crystal, right, they know that this is what they came here for. They wounded the king and they locked the Kida in the cage. In the air, long story short, as Milo keep trying to convince them that this is not the way. Then in the end, he convinced like the original team that betrayed him to not not to betray the Atlanteans. Yeah, because if they do this, the Atlanteans will go and become extinct. Yeah, so I don't want to spoil. If you want to watch the movie, I don't want to spoil the rest, lah. Yeah, but it basically, you can see where the story is going already, lah. Yeah,
it has a happy ending, lah. So suffice to say, I guess.
Yes. That's what I say, and honestly, it has one of the better endings of Disney's that I feel that was that I really like. Yeah,
I have to say, the moment you said Atlantis, I was hooked already, and then as you explained, and then I felt that there were, how to say, I felt like it gets more and more interesting, lah. Right? I mean, the plot itself sounded it seems a bit cliche, but I think the whole journey and like you explained the animation, all this thing, and how they try to reimagine Atlantis in graphics, right? I think I'll be very interested to watch.
Yes, and to see, right, in 2001, right, how they did it, right, it's so crazy that they did it so well. From the submarine to the digger and all the characters, all the cast, their unique characters is quite funny. Yeah, so I just felt like Disney really didn't market this film very well, and they in the trailer, this is one thing I felt like I saw the trailer. They actually spoiled a lot of the movies in the trailer already. So you basically you watch the trailer, you just feel like you watch a movie already. You know? Yeah.
I would say from my side, I would give it probably 4 out of 5. A bit lesser than Meet the Robinsons, but I still feel that it's worth watching. So probably it's going to be added into my list as well. Yeah. So I think that's a very good recommendation. What is your last recommendation, Brandon?
My last recommendation. Okay, before we go, before we go in, right, I just want to just say one other reasons why the Atlantis the Lost Empire, right, didn't do that well, right, is because Shrek came out the same year, so Shrek really just was very popular, lah. So that's why they. And to move on, right, my last recommendation, right, is Treasure Planet. I don't know whether have you watched this before. Wow.
No, I only watched National Treasure.
Oh wow, this is a story, right, about a young boy, right, becoming a space pirate. Wow, space pirate, like, it's similar. It's really very similar, right? But it's basically the concept of like, if you take away all superheroes, is the pirate portion, you know, and it's so interesting. Like at a young time when you watch the show, right, you just felt like, why you really want to be a space pirate. Like One Piece made you want to be a pirate, but this Treasure Planet, right, makes you really want to be a space pirate. Like where can you find a story, right, where you can find an idea about space pirate, you know? So basically, it's on this planet, right, a young boy, right, is enchanted by the stories of a space pirate, Captain Flint, and his ability to like strike and disappear without a trace. So basically, to keep being a great pirate, like hitting on the ships and then like disappearing. So then after he hide his loot, right, on this like a story, basically a storybook, basically the same thing, like on this hiding everything like One Piece, like that, Treasure Planet. So it's an entire planet, right, filled with treasure. So 12 years later, right, this boy, right, in the end grew up to be a troublemaker because the father, like, no, he didn't have a very great childhood because the father abandoned the family shortly, like when he was young, lah. One day, right, when the boy was just walking around, right, like a spaceship, right, crashes near the house where he and the mother was staying. So before the captain of the ship died, right, he gave him a spear and warned him to say, beware of the cyborg. So after that, right, a group of pirates right attack and destroy the house that the boy was living in. Then in the end, the boy and the mother have to run and hide at another friend's house, where they discovered the sphere actually contained a holographic star map leading to the location Treasure Planet. Whoa! So thereafter, of course, Jim searches for the legendary. Wanted to go search for the legendary fortune. Yeah, Paul he convinced the mother to go and that he wants to go onto the ship. Then after he never, in the end, the mother won't allow. But in the end, he managed to go onto a ship that was commanded by Captain Amelia and after a first mate. The ship's crew is heavily influenced by the chef called John Silver, who is a cyborg because he's basically a cyborg. Then after he suspect that this is the cyborg that the who was warning him about.
So cyborg is one person or like an organization?
As in, like, it's one person so but the thing is, it's a cyborg person, but like it's like a half like
Okay.
it's really a cyborg yeah. So the chef is a cyborg. So then after that, so the boys suspect that the chef is the person who's talking about. So but then so he but he's in the end grew up on a ship. He like he works on the ship. Then in the end, what happened was that the chef and his relationship become like a really like a father son relationship. Somehow or other, after they reached Treasure Planet, right, the boy actually discovered that the entire crew, right, were pirates led by the chef. The chef actually caused a mutiny. Then after that, took over the entire ship. In the end, it was really the cyborg that he was actually warned about, and he was actually at first suspicious, but like throughout the way, right, you can see their relationship, right? Like they really show like how the cyborg looked after him and like really become like his father like that. And this is 2002, 1 year after Atlantis. It's like it's just such a shame, that it didn't do well. The storyline is a lot of betrayal, like because the thing is, it's very hard to explain the entire like ship dynamics, because there's a lot of like, I betray you, but I don't want to kill you. Then after that, like because I'm so close to you, but then I suspect you, but in the end I get close to you. So it's yeah, it's quite funny. As in, but honestly, the idea behind the whole like treasure island is because like it's something very new. Like very rare to see like about space pirating where like there's like huge like city ships in the space. And this is animation in 2002. It's like, where did you get this idea from? Yeah.
Okay, I think suffice to say, after I hear your explanation, I'll probably just give you a 3 of the 3 that independent today.
I feel like I didn't explain this well, but
the least that I want to watch, but definitely Meet the Robinsons and Atlantis. I think I want to catch it this weekend.
That's great. You really should. No regrets. Yeah.
Okay. I think that wraps up our episode.
Get out of here.
Oh, look at the time. Our coffee shop is closing. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please remember to give it a like, and subscribe. We have an episode that comes out every Monday. But at the same time, if you're into football, the football kaki that drops every Wednesday. And our game show drafting podcast, the SG Draft podcast that drops every Friday. Now, in addition, if you're into the fun knockout tournaments, we have the weekly tournament that goes on Instagram tournament every Monday to Thursday. That is uniquely tied to this week's episode. Likely, it'll be the best Disney sequels, cause Moana 2 or Moana 2 or I don't know how to pronounce that. Just came out. But if you love to vote for that, you can hit our Instagram stories at 12 p.m. to vote. Now, we hope that you guys have a magical weekend ahead. But remember,
a kopi a day keeps your troubles away.
When you wish upon a star.